This is our final apartment of the day, right? This is the last one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do I say? What do I go in and say?
Just go in, Justin. Just go in and show them this.
When did you learn to type Chinese?
Oh, God. That is not Chinese. That is Google Translate.
Oh,
Hello, beautiful people.
I'm Justin.
I'm Leah. Thank you for joining us and welcome to our channel.
We make videos to share with you what our life's been like since we decided to get up, get out, and get gone. In today's video, we're going to take you apartment hunting here in Tainan, Taiwan, and give you some pro tips that we learned along the way.
If you've been following us, you know that Justin and I had recently moved into an apartment. You can see that video right here, but we have yet moved again.
In our previous space, we were living in a dormitory style studio apartment that I thought, with the space designed the way it was, could be something we could get used to.
We found that there were other things that were very important to us that we didn't consider.
1, sunlight. 2,
We wanted to be a mile or less from a main MRT station.
3, we had to be close to a fresh market.
4, I need my own bat cave.
5, absolutely need a full-size kitchen, real refrigerator, and a real stovetop.
6, we're Americans. We big. We need big furniture.
7, reasonably priced. So we started hunting again for an apartment, and that's what we're going to share with you in this video. And we've narrowed it down to 3 apartments. So we're going to give you the pros and cons of each. We're going to ask you to tell us which one you think we chose. Our next video, in fact, will be an apartment tour of the one we chose. Stay tuned, subscribe so that you can be updated when we make that video, and you'll get to see how we're living.
I really like this apartment. I thought that it had a great open floor plan, and I really liked that it was actually close to a market.
The view was nice. And it was close to your school, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually close to my school as well. Close to the MRT station. As you can see, it has a full-size fridge. And if you live in Asia, you will know why that is such a huge deal for us.
Then there are the things that may or may not make the cut. Like, look, it's furnished, and that's great because that's often hard to find here in Taiwan. Fully furnished, right? You saw that it had a TV. It was okay. You saw that it had a couch, but it had to be covered up with a sheet. Not so sure about that. And the beds that they provided, probably have to change the mattresses out because those were filled with some kind of straw stuffing. Armoires, well, there weren't any. You saw those zipper things that were supposed to be dust covers. That's not quite a closet. I just think,
But for the price that we were paying,
yeah, I think it needs to be a little more solid. And one of the things that we really struggled with is it was non-negotiable. The price was solid, and there were agent fees. If you choose an agent to look for an apartment for you, keep in mind you will have to pay the agent fee. The design of this apartment and how it's set up, the entryway, as you can see when you're coming in, is something that helps keep it very private and very quiet, which is a big bonus. As you walk in, looks pretty nice, looks pretty relatively new. It is close to a night market, which I absolutely love. And look at that kitchen. Is that kitchen not amazing? The fridge is nearly as tall as I am. It has an office, has lots of storage, open floor plan. The management fees are included in the price of the apartment.
And the landlord was really negotiable.
Yeah, they were very nice.
To negotiate, yeah.
There's no agent involved in this.
We said that we wanted to be close to the MRT station. Well, this particular apartment was a little bit over a mile, so that was a little bit out of our radius, but not by much. The landlord was also not flexible with providing us with amenities that we found in other apartments. So we would have had to pay for internet out of our own pocket.
Apartment number 2 is partially furnished. It is not completely furnished. So you can see that there was a gray sofa, there is a dining room table, but there was no TV and there are no beds in either of the rooms. So it's partially furnished, not fully furnished.
Apartment number 3. Let's just start off with what I thought was the best thing. See this, see this, see this? Booyah, that's my school. Walking distance, no motorbike, no trains, no nothing.
As you can see, this is really an enlarged studio apartment, right? This is nice, this is clean, and it's fresh because we would be the first people to live in it. There's a balcony on the front and on the back. It is set up quite nice with the division of space, so there's some separation in the areas. Did you see that bathroom?
Yeah, something that was a really huge selling point for us was a tub, because you don't find tubs in Asia. The landlord was really nice. She was very, very negotiable with prices and added amenities. This price also included the internet and no management fees.
Right, because this is more of a villa style apartment, which means that it is a villa that's built and then they turn certain parts of it into an actual apartment. So that's why the layout's a little unique, but this just leads us right over into the cons of this apartment. It was advertised as a 2-bedroom.
Yes.
And it wasn't. In fact, it wasn't even a 1-bedroom. It also doesn't have a kitchen, but as we mentioned before, the landlord is very accommodating and they were willing to move the washing machine to the front balcony and build an indoor-outdoor kitchen, which is more common than you might think here in Taiwan.
Yeah. Also really, really liked the price.
Yeah, it was the best price, especially if it had been a 2-bedroom. When we were sitting in our quarantine, we saw apartments for 9,000 to 12,000 that now go for 15,000 to 17,000 because Tainan has what's known as the Science Park.
Science Park is in a residential area that is booming.
There's so many engineers coming into this area that there's no need to negotiate for prices.
Yep.
Landlords don't have to negotiate at all because it is a fast turnaround. In fact, that's been what was so problematic about getting an apartment is that we had to take deposit money with us, be willing to put money down that day when we saw an apartment, and it's so frustrating. I think that's one reason why we ended up in the bad apartment that we did before. Semiconductor industry here in Taiwan are booming right now, and they need housing for all of these engineers that are coming in from all around the world.
And the housing is going up so fast, and in that particular neighborhood, it is just house after house. And what we mean by that is there are no markets. There's no markets. There's like one small park. There's no grocery stores. And you're not close to the MRT because the people who live in this particular neighborhood, there's no reason for them to take the train. They all have Mercedes-Benz and Ubers that they can take to work.
So those are the 3 apartments that we looked at. Which one would you choose? Comment in the community box below. And while you're at it, why don't you tell us which one you think we chose?
I leave you with this question, and I think this time it calls for sarcasm. When was the last time you did something for the first time?
Or the second time?
Or the third time?
Or the
I don't
fifth
want to do this shit again. Remember, it is never too late to get up, get out, and get gone.